Hello there. Happy, what is today? Thursday? Happy Thursday crafternoon. My name is Dawn Borchett. I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator. And this is not going to be the most exciting live I've ever done, but it's hopefully going to be a very helpful live for all of you. What we're going to do today is March the 30th, 2023. Yesterday, March the 29th, we had a lot of information as demonstrators. So our two catalogs are retiring, our annual catalog and the mini catalog. They're retiring at the same time. And with that, we have two retiring last chance, as we call them, lists available for everybody. So with that being said, I posted, I believe, both of the links for any of you to go ahead and print the last chance list. But as you can see, those lists are daunting, right? They are so long and the print is tiny. And I thought it would be helpful if we went through this together. Now, I actually already went through this last night. And I just want to tell you a couple of things about this list. And we're going to just waste a couple minutes till everybody can find me in their news feed. And then we'll get started. Because I know once we get started, I'm not going to go and start over. We're going to continue. So if you know of anybody who would like to also go through the list and mark up your catalogs, if you haven't done so already, this is my traditional thing. I take my Sharpie, I go through the retirement list, and I mark everything that's retiring so I know. And for me, all of these goodies will go into my BOGO sale. So that's on May the 6th, locally in Scottville, Michigan at Amber Township Hall. But before we get going on that, and if you're here, go ahead and say hello and where you are viewing from. Make sure that you have a snack. I have my pink drink with me. Doesn't that look appetizing? Floating strawberries from Starbucks. Before we go ahead and get started, and everybody finds me, just a couple of things, because we do have a lot of things going on here at the chalet. First of all, Friday, April the 7th, is Coffee and a Card Sip and Stamp over at our local Ludington, Michigan Starbucks, 12 noon to 2 p.m. And then Thursday, April 13th, we have Creative Card Class at 10 o'clock, 1 o'clock, or 6:30. And I still have just a couple of openings yet. And it's going to be playing with this beautiful suite called the Regency Park. By the way, this is going to be returning. It's not going to retire. The DSP will be, but the two stamp sets or two bundles in the Regency Park suite will be carrying over, which is pretty awesome. Also, as we get into May, just to let you know, my traditional creative card class has been bumped up a week, and we're going to do a catalog kickoff. We're going to go ahead and knock things off the park with the brand new catalog with some of the items that I will have available to show you. We'll be playing with new products. So if you'd like to be here for that, make sure to RSVP ASAP for Thursday, March the 4th. And then on Friday, excuse me, that's not March, it's May. Dawn, oh my goodness. I'm thinking this month yet. Thursday, May the 4th, that will be the catalog kickoff. Sorry. Heads in the clouds. And then for Friday, May the 5th, once again, first Friday of the month, we'll have Starbucks Sip and Stamp at the Ludington Starbucks, noon to 2. Noon to 2. And then as we get also into May, see here, we have my BOGO, as I just talked about, on Saturday, May the 6th, 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. at Amber Township Hall in Scottville, Michigan. All right. Okie dokie. And what else did I want to tell you guys about? Don't forget about the online exclusives that you can find at my online store at dawnscreativechalet.stampinup.net. Also, if you see anything that's retiring, well, we'll talk about that more in a minute. You can get it out at my online store, and I'll explain all of that in a minute. Just another reminder, friendly reminder, because I know some people are still a little bit confused about Paper Pumpkin. If you want April's kit, you'll need to sign up by the 10th of April. It's always the 10th of the month for the month that you want to receive. I hope that makes sense. And I think that was everything. Okay, let's go ahead. Let's talk more about this retiring list. I want to make sure I'm going to be able to see your comments, so I'm going to go ahead and hopefully get where I need to be here with my iPad and I got 3 things going on here at once. My laptop, my iPad, my phone. Okay, so this retiring list will cover both catalogs. So you guys ready? You have, who prefers a highlighter over a Sharpie? I use my highlighter when I purchase products. I highlight them. And then I use my Sharpie for retiring products with a big R on all those items. I don't know. Let's just take a poll. It would be kind of fun. Highlighter or Sharpie? What is your preference? Or maybe you just use a pen. Okie dokie. So these lists here, they've given these to us. Oh my gosh, I can't talk today. Yesterday, which was March the 29th, 2023. Today is March the 30th. So I've had an evening to absorb this and to mark up my books already. So once we get started, we're going to go full speed because we're going through 2 catalogs and that's going to be a lot of time. So you may want to take a break, stretch your legs in between, and maybe watch the replay later. That's up to you. But I just wanted to do this as being helpful more than anything else. And then if you're overlooking possibly something on this list. Now, there are I found discrepancies in this list. I have not looked as of today to see what Stampin' Up! May have corrected. However, as a demonstrator yesterday, not only did we receive these 2 lists, we also were able to look at the brand new catalog in digital format. So basically an online catalog that we could see. Our new one. It's beautiful, you guys. You're going to love it. And honestly, I didn't even get a chance to look at it until about 9 o'clock last night. I was doing a lot of other things with all of this behind the scenes. And oh my gosh, I couldn't wait. Like that was my dangling carrot to get all my work done so I could look at the new catalog. That's the way I roll. But anyway, with that being said, I noticed some discrepancies and some things that weren't mentioned in this list. So the good thing was, being that we as demonstrators have gotten a hold of the new catalog online, I was comparing, okay, this isn't looking like it's correct. So I would look in the new book and verify if that set was going to be in the book or not. Now, one other thing, just so that I cover myself in case I'm wrong, because I could be wrong. So don't take what I'm giving you guys in stone. Like I said, there's some discrepancies here. And with that being said, you never know. I don't know what Stampin' Up! Is up to with some of those items that weren't on the list. Maybe they could show up at our online exclusives area. I'm not saying that they will, but there's a possibility. So I'm going with what information I have as of March the 30th at 1 o'clock or so in the afternoon, Eastern time. Okay, guys, are we ready? Like I said, this is daunting to me, so I think that this is going to be a lot easier for you guys just following along with me. I've already marked my book, so make sure you're set to go, because I don't want to be here for 4 hours, and I'm sure you don't either. But let's get going. Okay, let's go ahead and start with the mini catalog first of all. It's smaller. We'll break everybody in here with the smaller catalog. Let me get a sip here. Love my pink drink. Alrighty, I love this catalog so much. And as you see what is retiring, it will make sense to you what is staying, right? Now I'm hoping that you guys can see this okay. I'm going to move this right out of the way for now. All right, as when things do shift around and some things do stay, I want you guys to know that if they've offered a suite of product originally in a catalog, it's only offered during the length of the catalog. Does that make sense? So when things carry over, such as this right here, this is going to carry over along with the ribbon, but when this carries over, there will not be a bundle price of 10% off. It will carry over into the new book if you don't see an R by it, but you just won't get that bundle price any longer. I hope that that makes sense, and you're going to find that throughout both catalogs. So if there is a bundle that you want, and you want the 10% off, just saying, okay? Grab it. Yeah. So anyway, here we go. So the gingham paper is retiring along with this beautiful DSP right here. And I believe that these are, no, those are not retiring. It was something else, sorry. Okay, so this, the DSP and this DSP right here, everything else on this page, you're good to go. So once again, this is carrying over, but you're not going to get the 10% off price. Hope that makes sense. Okay. You know what? I don't think that this is correct. So let me check something really quick. You're like, oh my gosh, Dawn, seriously already? But I want to check something out here for you guys. Let's see. For some reason, I thought... So talk amongst yourselves as I load something up really quick to look at. And like I said, there was just a bumpy road with this yesterday, and I'm so nervous when I go through these lists as well, making sure that I have everything correct. Because then what I do is I go through my shelves and I start to pull product. Let me see, get to the right spot. Sorry about this, you guys. I should have had this up just to verify a couple of things. Okay, and this was called Love for You. Love for You. Okay, this, I kind of had that feeling. Go with your gut, right? This is not retiring. Okay, now we're back on a roll. You guys ready? Flip. The next thing retiring is Love Cats. Love Cats is going to go away. I wonder if I should, no, I'm not going to. I say raise up my camera, but all right, once again, the suite retires, okay, but some things could stay. This is retiring, which is the what is that called, the fine shimmer paper and the DSP. And just remember, as these carry over, you will not get the 10% bundle price, okay? Let's see. This is carrying over. Yay. This is retiring. And this bundle is retiring. I'm telling you, we're going to go quick. So get those markers and highlighters all warmed up. Once again, the suite will go away because there could be items that are retiring, which is this beautiful designer series paper. This is retiring. Next page, page 25. This bundle is retiring altogether. This, I think that it was not on the list. However, I looked and checked to see if it was going to reappear, and I don't see it. Let me look one more time. No, I don't see it. So I'm really not sure what's happening with it, so I just marked it as retired at this point. You guys keeping up okay so far? Let me know. Let me know if I'm going too fast. I don't want to go too fast, but yeah. Like I said, there's a lot to cover. These two are retiring. And then we go to the next page, page 30. Of course, the suite will be retiring, along with the Milky Dots are retiring, and the Designer Series paper is retiring. With that being said, this is staying, but you will not get the 10% into the new catalog. And the same with this bundle right here, okay? So if you haven't gotten it, you want to save a little bit, shoppy, shoppy, shoppy. All right. And then on page 34, these two items are retiring. Page 36. This is one I'll probably keep, even though it's retiring. My mom loved marigolds, and this has more of a sentimental thing to me. It's retiring. Along with on page 37, this set is retiring. Flipping over to page 38, Way to Grow is retiring. And then on the next page, the Conversation Bubbles. I've loved this set. I thought it was so much fun. This is retiring. As we go to the next page, the Friendly Gnomes are retiring. And then on the next page, the Lucky Clover bundle. As you guys know, that Clover Punch, that bugger went fast, right? It was lickety-split and gone. So this stamp set and punch are retired. And then as we get onto page 42, can you tell that the UPS man was just here? My dogs are going crazy. The Delicate Desert Suite, of course, retires because there are some products that may or may not carry over. On the following page, we have the bundle that's retiring. We have this embellishment retiring. This ribbon, because it's Pale Papaya, and that was an in color, and that is retiring. And this Designer Series paper is retiring. Now, this right here, I have a question mark on. I'm really not sure. I don't think I could find it in the list, but I also didn't find it elsewhere. So I'm not sure what's happening with that. So it has a big question mark on it. All right. And then, like I said, this bundle is retiring. And as we get into page 45, Kind and Sincere is retiring, along with the Like an Animal Designer Series paper. That is so much fun. Next page, page 46. We have the Ballet Beauty retiring. And then over on page 47, the Decorative Borders is retiring. Page 48, we're all set there, no worries. And then also this right here, so this bundle is not going to retire, along with Taco Fiesta is staying as well. However, if you want the 10% savings on the bundle, grab it now if you have not already. As we get into one of my favorite suites, Rain or Shine. Of course, the suite retires because some of it may not be carrying over. Good thing is the bundle's carrying over, just that you won't get the 10% savings as it goes into the new catalog. And then also the DSP is retiring from this page. This is the only thing retiring, is the DSP. Over here, we have Easter Bunny on page 52. And if you're wanting it, although I know that the punch is not available for a little while, and we can't back order it, so we just have to wait. but it will be returning, and this is returning. So until that punch comes in, you really can't take advantage of that. And I'm not sure if it's coming back before the catalog goes live. I'll keep you posted on that. If you have a question, reach out to me. Also, this is carrying over. Once again, if you want that bundle, make sure to grab it before the other catalog goes live. On page 54, the Rejoice in Him is retiring. And then on the following page, on page 55, we'll be carrying over. But if you haven't already gotten that, not sweet, if you haven't already gotten the bundle, make sure to grab it if you want that extra 10% off. Because it will be in the new book. It's just that they're going to be sold separately. Does that make sense? All right, page 56, Occasionally Funny is retiring. And then on the following page, page 57, that bundle is retiring completely. And, ooh, I fell in love with this product, which was never on my radar. In fact, this Sunday, I'm going to do another Facebook Live on this stuff. It's so much fun. But anyway, the suite, of course, will be retiring. And as we get into the rest of it, the Greatest Journey bundle will be retiring along with the pack of 3 twine, the enamel icons, and the DSP, all retiring. So sad. I just love the designer paper. It does all the work for you on the cards. As we go into page 60, the Beautiful Thistle and the bundle is retiring. This page, you're okay. On the following page, page 62, the Loveliest Layers Decorative Masks are retiring. On the opposite page, on page 63, the Brushed Bouquet, both of the stamp set and the dies are retiring. On the next page, page 64, Picturesque is retiring. On the opposite page, page 65, this one surprised me. I just about fell out of my chair. In fact, just because, I'm going to double check. Because I'm just like, no, say it isn't so. Framed Flowers. Let's check something out here. Just so I don't question myself. Nope, it's going. So both the stamp set and the dies, this beautiful oval die, you guys. Oh, I cannot believe it. I've made some really pretty cards with this. That is retiring. On the following page, page 66, the Warm Welcome bundle. Both the stamp set and the dies are retiring. On the following page, page 67, Best Day is retiring. Into the next suite of product, Ready to Ride. Of course, the suite will retire. This will be carrying over, but you will not receive the 10% discount on it in the new catalog. The Designer Series paper will be retiring along with these little guys here, which I think that they call, what are they called? The studs. How can I forget that? The studs are also retiring. On the following page, this is carrying over. It's just that you will not receive the 10% savings in the new catalog. So if you want that, grab it now. On the following page, beside me, is carrying over. On the next page, page 72, Enjoy the Rhythm is going to carry over. And then we have these right here. These have been overlooked. I'm going to be doing a Facebook Live in a couple of weeks on this product right here. It is the Memories and More cards and the note cards and envelopes. And when you see these in person, you guys, in fact, let me show you. I can't show you everything because I want some of it to be a surprise, so you'll watch me then. But here's one of the cards I made with it. So this is the note cards down here. There's some cute envelopes. And then all I didn't do any stamping on any of these cards. These are the cardstock stickers. I did use some of our ribbon. I love this ribbon. By the way, I believe it's going to stick with us another year. So excited. Anyway, these are all stickers or dies that I've cut out with other cards. I've used just basically the cards. I used very minimal cardstock on my samples. But anyway, that's a tease. I know that these get overlooked every single time, but I love our Memories and More line. And then, of course, as we get into the back of the book, I didn't really mark these because we've already gone through them in the main part of the catalog. But just to show you, I got all kinds of stuff in my catalog. In the very back, obviously, of course, the host goodies. This pack of paper is going to retire along with the stamp set at the pond. And these are both host items. When you spend $150 or more, you have the opportunity to purchase these at a discounted price. All right, how's everybody doing so far? We got one catalog done. You guys are doing great. Are any of you shocked at anything that is leaving? I'm curious. Okay, are we ready for the next catalog? I'll give you a minute. I'm going to take a sip. And we'll go through the annual catalog. Give you a second to grab it. All right, are we ready to rock and roll? This one, I'm so bummed with some of this that leaves, but I know I'll fall in love all over again with other products, so it's all good. It's all good. All right, so the cup of tea on page 13 is retiring. So is this designer paper, and so are the note cards and those envelopes that match. So all of this on page 13 is retiring. I want to make sure you guys can see this whole thing. Here we go. I'm going to scooch this a little bit. Maybe that'll work. Let's see. Oh, no, that's not working either. Ay. Okay. All right. There we go. For now. My goodness, I'm having a heck of a time here. There we go. That'll be better for you. Okay, on page 14, the Sending Smiles will be carrying over. It's just that if you haven't gotten it, and if you want it, grab the 10% savings now, because it won't be in the new catalog. The same with the bundle on page 15. That will be carrying over, but once again, if you want that 10% savings, grab it now. Now! On page 16, the Bottled Happiness is going to carry over. On page 17, the Celebrating You is retiring. This still is not... I tried to make sure that I put my camera down a bit so you guys could see this better. But with that, I'm having a hard time fitting everything into the screen here for you. Anyway, page 17, that stamp set is retiring. Page 18 is staying. Page 19 is staying. Just that if you want the bundle price, make sure to grab it before the new catalog. Also, Nothing Better Than. I had a lot of fun with this one. That is retiring completely. Also on page 21, both of these stamp sets are retiring. Daffodil Daydream and Breaking News is retiring. Page 22, Friends Are Like Seashells is retiring. Page 23, Paradise Palms is also retiring. Lovely Linen. Of course, just like the mini catalog, if there's a suite of product, the suite always retires because some products may be leaving. For an example, this designer paper, but we'll also go through the paper in the back of the catalog as well. And then the bundle is also retiring. Page 26, we're okay. Page 27, this stamp set, Flowering Tulips, is retiring. Page 28, Amazing Year, is retiring. On page 29, I was just playing with this too. I love these two. And remember the DSP that went with this? It was gorgeous. So Painted Poppies is retiring along with Peaceful Moments. That is also retiring. On the next two pages, page 30 and 31, these are staying. They are bundles. So this one is bundled with a punch. This one also has a punch. And with that being said, you know what I'm going to say. If you want the bundled price, make sure to grab it before the new catalog. On the next page, page 32, Simply Succulents is retiring. On the following page, page 33, the Framed Occasions is retiring. Page 34, A Little Cheesy is retiring. That's a fun set. On the following page, page 35, Celebrating Sunflowers is retiring, along with Cheerful Basket, I believe, is retiring, both the stamp set and the dies. On the following page, Butterfly Kisses, of course, the suite will retire. On the following page, the designer paper and these cute little embellishments are going to retire, along with the bundle. Both the stamp set and the dies are retiring. That's so fun. I love the colors in that. The next item retiring is on page 39, Art Gallery. That was another one that has some beautiful designer paper. Was it last spring catalog? Loved it. I'm happy this one is carrying over. Okay, following page, on page 40, that set is staying. Yay! I love this one. I love the big font mixed with, yeah, you know me and fonts. On the following page, page 41, Sunny Splash and Simply Fabulous are both retiring. On the next page, page 42, Peaceful Deer is retiring. Along with, on page 43, Trimming the Tree is retiring. On page 44, Christmas Season is retiring, along with Christmas to Remember on page 45. As we get into Happy Forest Friends, of course, that suite retires. The designer paper is retiring, the ribbon's retiring, and the bundle, both the stamp set and dies, are retiring. Next page, page 48. Stitchery is retiring, along with Elephant Parade and the dies. They are both retiring. The Pure Magic on page 49 is also retiring. Am I going too fast, you guys? Everybody okay so far? Let me know. Let me know. All right, next page, page 50. Nuts About Squirrels is retiring. So bummed. He's so cute. On the following page, page 51, the Glad We're Friends with the cute little corgi is retiring, along with A Grand Kid stamp set is also retiring. Next page, page 52, One Happy Family is retiring, along with, on page 53, Whale Done is retiring. On the next page, page 54, The Party Puffins is retiring, along with Peekaboo Farm is retiring. And also on page 55, The Birthday Piggy is retiring. I've seen so many cute cards with that one. All right, the Abigail Rose. So the suite, I forgot to put an R there. The suite retires. And with that, the designer series paper, the ribbon, and as far as I know, by looking at things and comparing to the new book, this is also going. It's so pretty. I love it. So Cottage Rose is retiring. On page 58, Potted Geraniums will be retiring. This is another set that I think I'm going to keep. And I only keep maybe 1 or 2 every catalog. I know that's crazy, but if I don't, I would be on Hoarders. But my mom, not only does she love marigolds, her other flower was geraniums. So this one, another one, just a sentimental, near and dear to me. But it's going to retire. Along with on page 59, Eden's Garden is retiring. On page 60, Big Hooray. You know what? I'm going to check on this because this was another one. I was let me see here. Let me see. Because I'm kind of wondering. No, I don't. Big Hooray. Okay. It looks like it's retiring after all. I wasn't sure on that one, but we cleared that up. It's not going to be in the new book. This is retiring. Along with on page 61, Count on Me is retiring. On page 62, The Reasons to Smile is retiring. On the following page, page 63, Lovely You and Plentiful Plants is retiring. The next page, page 64, both of these sets, The Stronger Together is retiring, along with Stepping Stones is retiring. On the following page, Fresh Cut Flowers is also retiring. Next page, page 66, Awash in Beauty, the suite, of course, retires. And then as we get into the opposite page, the DSP is retiring, and the stamp set and dies are retiring. Page 68, let's see here. Nature's Harvest is retiring along with the dies. Bummed. I've really have loved that set. Also, on page 69, Through It Together is retiring. Page 70, Olive Branch is retiring, along with A Fish and a Wish, which means that punch is retiring. So if you guys want that, you need to grab it. Grab it now. Page 72, Amazing Silhouettes, and that die set that has like the thanks and amazing you and all that, they're retiring. So Amazing Silhouettes, retiring. On the following page, Flowers of Friendship is retiring, along with Forever Fern. Page 74, that bundle is retiring, Honeybee Home and the dies. On the next page, page 75, Blessings of Home is retiring, along with the dies. I almost feel like I'm playing bingo, but I'm not calling numbers. Oh my goodness. Okay, next page, page 76, Speedy Recovery is retiring. On the opposite page, on page 77, Inspired Thoughts is retiring. Now this other one, Full of Love, I don't see that there either. I forgot to mark that. Full of Love, I believe, is retiring as well. Yeah, I'm not seeing it in the new book. So both of these, the Inspired Thoughts, retiring. Okie dokie, as we get into the next suite, He's the Man. Of course, the suite retires. The DSP, I forgot to mark it, that is retiring. But the bundle is staying. So if you want to get that bundle and you haven't yet, getting ready for Father's Day. And if they still have this DSP has all those little bits and pieces in it, the little punch outs. Oh my gosh, this is such an easy suite to play with and to make some really cute masculine cards. Grab that up. In fact, grab 2. Because once you start using all these little punch outs, you're going to be addicted to them and you're going to wish you had more. And I think that there's 2 sheets of those in the DSP pack. But anyway, so that's retiring. This is staying, which I'm really happy about because I like that they're keeping more masculine sets in our catalogs. Page 80. Campology is retiring, along with Let's Set Sail is retiring, including the punch. Page 81, that's staying. Page 82, Whiskey Business and Tech Support is both retiring. On the opposite page, A Brew for You is going to stay. Yay. It's just that you will not receive the 10% discount in the new catalog. So if you haven't gotten this, and again, you want some great stuff for dude cards, grab this up. It's awesome. The next page, page 84, Better Days is retiring. And Grassy Grove is staying, but once again, that 10% off if you want the bundle price. Get it now. On the opposite page, page 85, Adventurous Journey is retiring. Page 86, Bamboo Beauty is retiring. On the opposite page, page 87, Vintage Tools is retiring. Wild and Sweet is staying. Kind of cute. Page 88, Heron Habitat is retiring. On the opposite page, Treasured Kindness is retiring. As we get into sun prints, of course, once again, the suite retires, always retires. The designer paper is going to retire. The stamp set and the dies are going to stay, but they will lose their 10% as a bundle in the new catalog. So once again, if you don't have it, you know the routine. Grab it before the new catalog goes live. Let's see here. Page 92, Wisteria Wishes and the dies are retiring. And this one here, I want to see something. Botanical Layers. Okay, that one is staying. Like I said, a couple of these, just question myself. All right, page 94. The Waterfall Canyon is going to retire. Along with on the opposite page, Mountain Air and Jar of Flowers are both retiring. Page 96, Garden Birdhouses is retiring. On the opposite page, page 97, I'm not even going to try to pronounce that. I can't. Anyway, the romance set is going to retire, but I'm happy as a lark that Color and Contour and those dies, yeah, you guys, that is staying. I'm so excited. Okay, next page, page 98, Texture Chic as a suite retires. The DSP is retiring. I believe, though, this right here, this specialty paper, I forgot what it's called, but in the back of the book, I don't have it marked. It's not retiring as far as I know. And then the bundle is going to carry over. It just, once again, if you want that 10% savings on the bundle, grab it now. On page 100, Lighthouse Point and the dies are going to retire. Waves of Inspiration, of course, will carry over. Just, once again, that 10% savings if you want it before the new catalog. On page 102, Shaded Summer is retiring. Along with there's dies that match it, they retire as well. Then we'll get to that in the back of the book. Watercolor Shapes is retiring. Pretty Birds is also retiring, both the stamp set and the dies. On page 104, Beauty of Friendship is retiring. On page 105, Dragonfly Garden and Artistically Inked is both retired. Oh, no, I'm sorry. That's not retiring. That's not retiring. Just the Dragonfly Garden. Sorry, guys. Oh, my goodness. In fact, I'm going to double check on that because now I am questioning. Nope, it's not in there. So this one is retiring. This one is staying. It's not retiring. Okay, page 107, or actually 106. 106, Wildflower Path is retiring. Page 107, Eclectic Garden and Handpin Petals are both retiring. Hues of Happiness. Of course, the suite retires because some of the products may not carry over, or maybe none of them. And in this case, the DSP is definitely retiring. And also the stamp set and the dies are retiring. I'm going to get a drink here. Okay, page 110. The Willow Tree and the dies are retiring. Page 111, Hydrangea Haven is retiring. The next set retiring is on page 113, and that is Graceful Tiles. On page 112, these are both staying, but this one is going to go. Graceful Tiles. On page 114, oh, just a second. There we go. Okay. Page 114, Hello Beautiful is retiring, along with Uniquely Artistic. So both of these are retiring. This is staying, so is the punch. Yay! I love alphabets, right? These are great for both on cards and scrapbook pages, so I'm really happy to see that they decided to keep that around. Now we're at the background stamps. So the background stamps that are retiring are the Butterfly Brilliance, the Pretty Medallion, the Knit Together, this one right here, Stacked Stone, and then on the opposite page, page 117, the Bouquet of Thanks, the Tropical Hideaway, the Dry Brush, and Daisy Garden. Next page, page 118, Heavenly Hollyhocks and the dies are retiring. On page 119, Limited Edition is retiring. Whew, and then we get to our colors. Oh my gosh. So basically what I'm going to say is this. Wherever you see the X, those colors are leaving. They're retiring, at least for now. And usually we have a color refresh about every 5 years. But with that being said, that could change. Like, we just never know. But I think it's been since 2018 since we've had a color revamp or refresh. So with that being said, if there are any items at all, whether it's ink pads, ink refills, cardstock, ribbon, embellishments that have these following colors, you're going to want to grab them up. That includes Stampin' Blends. In fact, I just started to get some that were getting a little wonky on my brush tips because I use them for classes and sometimes they get a little abused. But anyway, with that being said, the colors that are retiring. Of course, we have this set of ink colors, but I'm happy because Fresh Freesia is going to be in our color family. It's not going to be an ink color, but it's going to be included in the color family. So Polished Pink, which I'm bummed about, Pale Papaya, Evening Evergreen, Soft Succulent. Those are retiring. So if you do have Fresh Freesia products, keep those, they're going to stay. Into our Brights collection, Mango Melody, Bermuda Bay, Pacific Point are retiring. In our neutrals collection, Mary Merlot, Soft Suede, and Sahara Sand are retiring. Into our regals, we have just one. Rich Razzleberry is going to go away. Now keep in mind, some of these are shifting too, that are staying into different color palettes in our 4 groupings of families. So it's kind of exciting to see what they've done. Let's see here. Subtles, Blushing Bride, So Saffron, Pear Pizzazz, and Mint Macaron are retiring. Wow, right? But it's going to be good. It's going to be so good. I'm so excited for the changes. I'm ready. Okay, so all of this stuff right here, all of our storage products, they are staying. So that's a good thing. As we get into page 126, because of the color shifting and all of that, all this stuff is basically retired. So as far as like getting bunches, like if you wanted to get the whole color family of the inks or the ink refills, stuff like that. So all this stuff in here is basically going to change. Also, just to let you guys know, they're changing the tip on our markers. Let me show you something really quick. Grab just one of these here. So these aren't the blends, but these are the water-based markers, and they have the thin tip and then they have the brush tip, which I mainly use. But this tip here, see how it's not focusing. There we go. There we are. So the tip of these is really super fine. They are changing our marker tips so that they are going to be more of a bullet tip, and they're going to be easier to use. I don't know. I've never had really good luck with this really fine tip. So they are revamping our markers. So with that being said, if that's something that you are wanting and are happy about, you're going to be happy that they're changing all of our markers. So there'll be bullet tips and not fine tips. So with that being said, I believe that these are just going to retire. Also, I want to make sure here, the one set of watercolor pencils, assortment 1, is retiring. All the adhesives are staying. Let's see, all of these goodies on page 128 and 129 are staying. As we get into our DSP on page 131, those are retiring. And like I said, some of this I didn't even see on the retirement list, so I don't know. But I know it's not in the new book, so who knows? You know, we don't know if some of this may show up on, hey Debbie, on a, I don't know, on the, what am I trying to say? The online exclusives. You just don't know. So, all right, as far as page 132 and 133, all of that is retiring. Very rare does designer series paper carry over. Very rare. I'm not going to say never because we have had it happen, but it's very, very rare. So everything on page 132 and 133 retiring. On the next page, page 134 and 135, all of it retiring. Even the color family paper, because first of all, we're going to have changes once again in our color palette for each color family, and they're going to change the pattern of the paper as well. So that's really exciting. I was checking that out yesterday evening, and I was like, ooh, I'm so excited. Yeah. Okay, page 136. So the Texture Chic Memories and More cards and the note cards and envelopes next to it are retiring. The Today is the Day Memories and More are retiring, along with this. But don't panic. It's going to be something just a little bit different, but the same. Does that make sense? Different color, I believe. But if you want the black, grab it. Next page. The Tea Boutique cards, note cards and envelopes are retiring. The Slim Line envelopes are retiring. Everything else is staying. On page 139, the 22-24 in color 6x6 glimmer paper is retiring. Next to that brush stroke paper is retiring. And then on the very end of that row, the gold and the rose gold, that pack of 6x6 is retiring. Next row, second one in, the brush metallic 12x12 is retiring. And then on the very end, the 12x12, I get a glare on this, foil sheets are retiring in the copper. The gold is staying, so it's just the copper. The next row, the vellum 12x12 layering designs is retiring, along with the pearlescent 12x12 paper, the craft 6x6 paper, and the linen 12x12 paper is retiring, along with these lovely layers is retiring. Next page, on the second row of pictures, we have the scallop craft treat boxes are retiring, and then on the far right, the craft gift boxes are retiring. I think these are great to give as gifts, putting cards and envelopes into, and then putting a bow on the outside. So if you love to give gifts of cards, you might want to grab some of these up, and you can decorate the boxes. Really cute. Also, on the last row, the Peekaboo treat bags. I thought these were so cute. I'm surprised that they're leaving, but they are. Also, the embossed treat bags and the delicate details treat bags are retiring. On the next page, page 141, the first row, we have the 22-24 in color dots retiring. On the second row, we have the For Everything Fancy sequins retiring. All right, we're on the home stretch now, you guys. We're getting there. Okay, on page 142, in the first row, all three are retiring. I'm not going to go through all the names. The second row, the very first picture, and the very last picture. It's easier to do it this way. On the third row, the last picture. And on the fourth row, all three of these are leaving us. On the following page, on the first row, the very last one is retiring. On the second row, all three are retiring. On the third row, the middle and the last are retiring. And the fourth row, the middle is retiring. Make sure you guys got all that, and then we'll go on. Ready? All right. Okay, ribbon. Ribbon that is retiring. So the early espresso ribbon is retiring. The pool party ribbon is retiring. In the second row, we have the rose gold ribbon retiring, and also on the end, the white crinkled ribbon is retiring. Third row, the first and the last, the 1.5 inch metallic mesh and the gray granite is retiring. And then on the last row, all three of those are retiring. Get into the next page of ribbon. In the first row, the last one is retiring. In the second row, the soft succulent, the last one's retiring. In the third row, the middle and the last. And this is retiring in all the colors. Last row, the gold ribbon is retiring. And then, oh my gosh, this is so heartbreaking. I remember, matter of fact, I was on a committee with some other demonstrators helping to design the Stamparatus. So I'm just like, I'm blown away by the fact that the Stamparatus is retiring. I checked just before I hopped online. the Stamparatus and all of the extra parts for it, the extra magnets. And if you have one, you may want to purchase a couple extra sets of magnets. I just did that myself. And if you like the grid paper, ordering extra grid paper or that, what is that called? The foam mat for it, just in case, I don't know. But yeah, I am really, really bummed out that they are retiring the Stamparatus. Okay, as we get into the next couple pages here, there's nothing to mark. That's a good thing. Gives your Sharpie a break for a minute. And I didn't. Oh, I did. Never mind. Erase. Because these are punches, okay? So we've already gone through the stamp sets, and I told you that the bundles that we're retiring, but we're going to go through the punches. So that little fish punch is retiring. You know, I didn't mark this, but I know that, let me check something here. I don't think that the sailboat is carrying over, the sailboat punch. Let me just take a quick glance. Like I said, I'm trying to give you as accurate information as I can since I'm here anyway. And Debbie, you're here. Did you see that stamp set with the bicycles? I thought of you right away. The Fun on Wheels, I think it's called. Okay, so going through quickly. Where are all the punches at here? Oh, the sailboat. Okay, he is staying. That's why I didn't mark it. See, I'm glad I checked. Because I know the stamp set. Oh, that is weird. Let's set sail. So I'm going to check something else. 1 minute. Because once again, I'm a little perplexed on that one. Let's go to the index. That's the only thing with this thing being online. I just can't flip to a page really fast. Okay, so that was called Let's Get. But the stamp set is not. Well, that's interesting. Huh, okay. So anyway, the only punch retiring on this page is that the fish builder punch. And as we get into pages 152 and 153, on 152, I believe all of these are staying, except for, oh wait, Lovely Label. Let me check that one. I should have kept it where the punches were. Oh my goodness. This gives you guys a break for a second, right? You can take a bite of lunch and have a sip. Let's see. Looking. Lovely Label. Oops. Lovely Label. Okay, Lasting Label. Because I know that bundle retired, or the stamp set, but this is carrying over. Lasting Label. And then the Lovely Label. Lovely, where are ya? Okay. Happy Labels and Banners Pick a Punch. Banners Pick a Punch. Okay, so it's the other punch in the mini catalog I'm thinking about. So yes, Lovely Labels Pick a Punch is retiring. This one right here. On the following page, the Medium Daisy is going to retire. The Heart Punch Pack with the 2 punches is retiring. The Rectangular Postage Punch is retiring. The Flowers and Leaves are retiring. The Label Me Lovely is retiring. The Bow is retiring, along with Starlet is retiring. On the following page, page 154, the Evergreen Border Punch is retiring. The Jar is retiring. The Essential Tag Punch is retiring. The Whale Builder Punch is retiring. The Tulip Board Builder, My tongue is getting tied. It's getting tired. The Tulip Builder Punch is retiring, along with the Deer Builder Punch is retiring. Everything on this page is carrying over. And I believe on this page is carrying over. As we get into this section here, this is something, and I am so guilty, I'm going to admit it, I never paid attention to these that were offered. I didn't know, like I said, I completely overlooked it. On page 158, 159, that you could purchase the mini machine with like a bundle, bundled with a die set. I had no clue. Like, I've looked at this how many times? I never paid attention. I'm terrible. But anyway, with that being said, all three of those are retiring. Because the dies, not because of the machine. The machine's staying. Don't panic. Okay. Just once again, I marked the dies here because it listed as such on the last chance list. So with that being said, on the top row, both are retiring. That's on page 161. On page 162, the top two are retiring, and the bottom two are retiring. On page 163, on the right, is retiring, and also the bottom two are retiring. Page 164, on the left, top is retiring, and the two bottom are retiring. On page 165, the top left is retiring, and the bottom right is retiring, the geraniums. Page 166, the birdhouse, the pretty birds, that's retiring. And then on the bottom row, on the right, the Organic Beauty, True Beauty bundle, retiring. On page 167, the willow tree, all that's retiring, along with wisteria is retiring. All right, now we get into the standalone dies. The Amazing Thanks is retiring, along with the Artisan Editions is retiring. The bottom two are retiring as well. The Beautiful Shapes and the Brilliant Wings. Page 170, up at the very top left, the Brushed Shapes are retiring. On the second row, Daffodil is retiring. Third row, Delicate Edges retiring, and the fourth row is staying. On page 171, on the left on the top, Eden is retiring, along with the Enchanted Details. Second row, both of those are retiring. Third row, both of those are retiring. Fourth row, Hydrangea is retiring. Next page, page 172, the layering circles and the layering diorama on the very top, retiring. Let's see here. Second row, both of those are retiring. The Love You More and Majestic Mountain. And the last row on page 172, both of those, the painted labels and the palms are retiring. On page 173, we have the Pen Flowers and the Perfect Plants are retiring. The second row, both of those are retiring as well. Third row, both of those are retiring. And the fourth row, both of those are retiring. Page 174, on the upper left-hand side, the Rugged Icons are retiring. Second row, both of those are retiring. Third row, both are retiring. Fourth row, both are retiring. This shocked me right here. If you guys don't have these, grab them. They're awesome. There is a bunch of dies. Definitely get your money's worth for $35. I'm shocked that these are leaving. These are like a standard basic shape, these stitched rectangle dies. I was just like, no way. All right, page 175, second row. Both of those are retiring. In the third row, the Twigs and Sprigs is retiring, and the bottom Tulips is retiring. And then we get into embossing folders. The Bricks and Mortar is retiring. That's the first one in the first row. Second row, the second and third, Gingham and Hive 3D is retiring. In the fourth row, Into the Clouds and Let's Celebrate is retiring. On the opposite page, page 177, we have the Pretty Flowers is retiring, along with the Seashells 3D is retiring, and Thanks and Hello is retiring, along with Wintry 3D is retiring. And then at the very back, we have the Host items, which usually always do retire. And with that being said, this pack of paper, of course, is going to retire. It's beautiful. And then the 2 Host stamp sets. Actually, 3. There's 3 here. I forgot about that. So Sit, Stay, Relax, Garden, and the Begin with a Dream. All of those are retiring. So if you want them, if you have a minimum of $150 order, you have the ability to order them for a special price as a Host. Whew, we got through that. You guys, we did it. I'm so impressed. And you hung out and you hung in there with me. Also, I want to just give you a little bit more information about all this that's going on before I let you go. First of all, I want to thank you guys for being here. If you have any questions, make sure to reach out to me because, like I said, some of this could change. This is March 30th, so it could change after we're done here. Also, these items on the list, if you want the sale price on them, you need to wait until April the 4th. Those items on the list that are discounted do not go in effect until April the 4th. However, if there's something that you really can't live without, I don't know, I'm not much of a gambler. I would prefer to get it knowing that I have it. If it's something that I really, truly wanted, big time. If you like to gamble, wait until the 4th, but order early or call me early. I will be up early. As demonstrators, we have pre-order that same day that these lists go live. So it's going to be a little crazy, but it's going to be a lot of fun. I keep telling myself that. It's crazy, but it's going to be fun. But with that being said, things are going to go fast because we have colors that are retiring. Again, if there's anything that you want, I would say grab it sooner than later, but weigh it out. You know, if there are some items that are on sale and you truly want to wait until the 4th, hey, go for it. But if you just would rather just have a peace of mind and grab it now, as long as it's available, go for that. Again, the Stamparatus, if you want that, grab it sooner than later. I don't know how long that little guide's going to be around. Is the news is out that it is retiring. Oh my goodness. Gosh, what else? I thought there was something else I was going to share before I let you go. And I can't remember what it was. Once again, here is my online store, if I can grab it up. And the host code that I have set is for March. So through tomorrow night, and then from there, I'll have a new host code for April. So if you go to my blog, I'll post it there at dawnscreativechalet.com. And I'll also make sure to post it on Facebook as well. And I should also send you another newsletter with this information. Also, right before I did hook up with you guys here this afternoon, I did call home office at Stampin' Up, and I wanted to make sure that it was okay that I did share our new color palette and our new ink colors. I was given the okay. So I went ahead and I posted them for you so you have a little peek at the new in colors and also some of the returning colors that are going to be in our palette of colors total in the brights, subtles, regals, and neutrals. So check that out. There are little like gifts and things on Facebook that you can check out. And I'll also email that as well as some other information. Alrighty. Thanks again, you guys. I hope that this helped tremendously to go through your catalog. And for those who watch the replay, if you would like, just say replay as you're watching it later so I know who I did reach out to. I hope that you found this very helpful. Thanks again. Have a wonderful week. Absorb the information, and then the last chance list again goes live on April the 4th. Okay? So you have time to absorb it, go through your catalog, and see what there is that you might want on your wish list. All right, guys, have a great day. Thanks again. Bye-bye.